Welcome to The Chatter, your end of the week ear candy for what to eat, drink, see, and do in Richmond, Virginia, right damn now.
The Richmond Experience is independently owned and created by locals, us, for locals, you. From recent openings and the latest trends to time tested traditions and hidden gems, we're here to help you experience the very best that RVA has to offer.
Hi, I'm Paige, RVAX owner and chief marketing officer. I'm the face you see in front of the scenes on Instagram and TikTok, taking you to all the latest and greatest hotspots around town.
And I'm Kelsey, RVAX owner and editor in chief, working behind the scenes on your Wednesday and Thursday newsletters, the Weekly Insider and the Weekender, and city guides.
Hey, Kels. I'm good. How about you?
I'm good. I was just, before we hit record, regaling you with the happenings of the week while you were away. I've been better, but I was sick about 24 hours before we started recording.
And it's like, it always has to happen when I'm away. And then you feel bad.
It's like, couldn't we have done this at a more convenient time when I could have alerted Paige, by the way, I'm throwing up nonstop. So if you haven't heard from me, that's why.
Well, luckily I was back. I did a lot yesterday. So Holly and I just got back Saturday. It is now Monday. And so I do like how we gave ourselves on a Sunday. And woke up and I was not feeling it. I slept in, but I was like, I have to get some stuff done. And so I didn't sign up for the gym or anything, but I did message the neighbors and I was like, hey, who wants to go on a walk? I want to see the cherry blossoms at Bird Park and, it'll motivate me. And so we picked a time and I just hauled it. I was like, okay, I'm unpacking, starting laundry, just getting stuff done. And then we took a long walk and then, our muralist came. If you're watching Instagram, I am working on a mural for my house and then cook some dinner. And I was like, man, I feel accomplished.
It is a good way to approach it. I couldn't believe it when I was seeing you were posting so much on Sunday. And I was like, wait, is she doing all of this today? I love the buffer day after vacation too. But usually mine is kind of like, I'm zenning out. I'm not unpacking my bag.
I did not get to inbox 0, but I got to inbox 15, which is
I'm impressed.
good. Yeah, I did start just organizing things, and I just figured it would make Monday not as Monday,
That's so true. It is the longer you put it off, the worse it's going to feel. So you may as well, if you have the energy, just get into whatever you can get. Any kind of accomplishment, I feel like, is a good way to set off the week.
I agree.
I'm impressed though. But the mural thing, especially, I was like, wait, they're having this done. So that started on Sunday for you.
Well, I guess, yes, but the process started a few weeks ago. So Rachel, she's RVA Muralist. She reached out to us and was like, hey, it was going to give just a member perk. And I was like, actually, I have always been interested in a mural. And obviously it's costly, to have, and obviously it stays. So if we were to sell this condo, it's a piece that you're not taking with you and you're hoping that nobody paints over it. So it was a big commitment, but Holly and I have these 3 very large landing walls. And I mean, my dream would be have all 3 of them done, but again, very costly. So we were like, let's do the one where you can kind of still see it from our kitchen. And so she was like, well, first step is I come over and I take measurements and I get a vibe, for your place, to make it all feng shui together. And so she came over, she was like, it is a very large wall. I'm not going to lie to you. All we really wanted was the train bridge. And we wanted definitely it to be Richmond focused and maybe the city skyline. And that's really all we gave her. From there, I think it was 24 hours, she got back to us a mood board. And she nailed the mood board. If you want to see all of this, it is on Instagram. I'll probably add a highlight reel so folks can just see the process, because honestly, I never knew the process either, how a mural worked or came to life.
I know, that's so interesting that you get to, it's always so fun when you're walking around the city if you happen to see somebody working on one that's happened to be maybe once in Churchill, but it's nice that you got to see the whole process ish, like in your own house.
Yeah, for sure. So after she gave the mood board and a cost estimate, after that, if we wanted to move forward, we put down a deposit. So we decided to put down a deposit. And then from there, she gave us 2 mock-ups. We went back and forth a few times on some things that we liked, didn't like. And then we came up with our third vision, if you will. There were still some things that we wanted removed. Like there was a bird in there and a kayaker. We just decided we wanted it to be more simplistic. So it's the skyline, the bridge, the river with some like iconic Richmond, like Altria Theater and the Capitol building, like just some of those Richmond things. And I don't know, it was cool. I mean, obviously with my job, I love Richmond, and I just think it's cool to have that part of our house.
It's so cool. I'm like half like looking at some of the updates from her and from you while you're talking too, just like to refresh my memory of like the look. It looks so great. I feel like the color scheme too is very perfect for you guys.
Yeah, and she toured our house and she like got our vibe and our colors to make sure it wasn't like super off.
Right.
She came yesterday for a long session. I think she got here at 1 and didn't leave until 8. So during that time I was here, I wanted to like capture as much as I could. She put up one of those like lasers to get like the midline. She taped up just like you would paint. She put down plastic on the ground. And then from there, what she did is, I didn't know this, a lot of artists use projectors to project the mural. Obviously, you have a mock-up and it's very small. So to
Right.
scale it to size, a lot of folks use projectors. But another set of folks use VR goggles.
Wow. Okay. That's
She had
interesting.
on like VR goggles, and she sent me a video of what it looks like from her perspective. And essentially, it goes on so you can see it through the VR. And then she was tracing the mural. So she traced like the bridge, the outline, all of that. So yeah, I just kind of set up my tripod and I did a lot of time lapses because I thought those would be fun to watch. It would be like 30 minutes and I get like 20 seconds of content.
That's a good way to like capture little bits of it though. It looks so good. I'm so excited to see the final product. This is it's such a smart idea. You're right that it is like if you decide to eventually sell, it's like, okay, well now I can't take this with me. But in the meantime, you get to look at it all the time.
Yeah, enjoy it. I think it'll be cool to have like when we have guests and stuff, it'll be a talking point and just like art
Right.
is. So
And it's like one of a kind. I've always thought that would be, maybe we've talked about this at a time before, like her suite, I feel like would be very good for something like that. Or is it D Kane who does like the black and white like shapes?
and I mean, I would love a witch from the night owl in my house,
I
but
know this is making me think like I would want to do it like Connex where it's just like they do like I just want a bunch of murals all in my house.
oh, 100% me too. But it is an investment, guys, just so
Right, right. It's commissioned artwork, so you have to choose carefully. But that's so exciting. I can't wait to see the final product. That's such a fun thing. I really was though so impressed that you guys started on like the painting aspect of it, like the day after your trip. I could never.
I mean, we just gotta, go with the flow, go with it. She comes back on Tuesday at 8 a.m. So she's going to work from like 8 to noon on Tuesday. And then we're going to just see how far she gets if she needs to come back for another session or not. But
Do any little like touch up or anything. Amazing. Did you say too what I was looking at her page last night or the night before, I guess last night when you were posting about this to see like what murals she has done around the
she's
city.
new. So
She's newer. Okay.
yeah, she is like an artist, obviously, but she does have like a corporate job. She is a mom. And so she wants to get into this full time. She has worked on like full circle permanent jewelry.
Yeah.
She has been doing like their outside on their glass. She's been doing like the decorative stuff. She also did a food truck recently. And then she's been getting into more residential stuff, like inside people's homes. But
Oh my
I think
gosh.
her goal is to like, do it outside, but we're working together trying to get her name out there kind of.
Right. How fantastic. Oh my gosh, that's even, I feel like more special on both of your parts. That's great for her. And then how fun for you that it's like a new and up and coming muralist of the city.
It is. I'm excited. So
Oh,
yeah, into one thing after another. And, that's my life.
I know. And now here we are. Spring has sprung ish pretty much. And we're rolling into the year, Paige.
Yeah.
Speaking of things to do, should we get into some things to do? Also, we're waiting for like tornadoes. I don't know if like your lights over there have been doing anything funky, but even mine are kind of like starting to flicker. And I'm like, oh God, what is this going to be like
No,
this
let's
afternoon?
hope we don't lose power. That would suck. We have everything charged, at least since I've started working. So that means I need to charge everything.
Yeah, that's a good reminder. I should probably make sure that everything around our house is like in good condition before this all goes too. But let's get into like the fun stuff, the eats and drinks.
All right, so what to eat, drink, see, and do an RVA this week. I'm up first with eat, and speaking of spring, it's officially patio season. With the warmer weather finally here, the city has some incredible spots to eat and drink outside. So I'm just going to go through some of my favorites. Up first is Blue Atlas in Fulton Hill. Their patio is huge, and I think some of the best panoramic views of the Richmond skyline. It's the kind of place where you could easily spend a whole afternoon. I recommend going during happy hour, and their cauliflower dish
Ooh.
is so good, guys. Don't miss it. Over in Scott's Addition in my neck of the woods, you have Bingo Beer. They have a fun outdoor space with fire pits, plus it's dog friendly if you want to bring your pup. Also in Scott's Addition, one of my other favorites is Ardent Craft Ales. It's more of a beer garden vibe. It's lively, casual, also dog friendly, and then you can grab an easy burger to enjoy with your beer. And then if you want something a little more cozy and romantic, my favorite, Jardin and the Fan. The patio is full of greenery. It almost feels like a little European cafe tucked into the neighborhood. So grab some charcuterie and some wine and just hang out there. And then for sunset views, it's hard to beat Legend Brewing in Manchester. Their deck overlooks the James River and is one of the best places in the city to grab a beer and watch the sun go down. And you always like to add in the pretzel.
You have to, maybe even two, you know? It really is one of my favorite patios too. That's such a good one. I was also thinking when because we've been like building up this content, of course, for this time of year to get out the door and remind people, but like, I also really love like Union Market's patio. I feel like is nice and cozy, but like cute. And you can order right up at the window. That's another good
That's
one.
on my reel. Union Market
Okay.
on my reel.
Okay, fantastic. I feel like we're very rich in the patio department in the city.
We are. There are a lot of great ones. So
It's very nice. And you can stay tuned too. We have been working with a couple of contributors to beef up our library for city guides. And one of our writers has refreshed completely our dog friendly patio place. So if you were interested in more of those, you've got more coming down the line. Okay, well, for drink, speaking of things that while Paige is out of town, I got to like get out there and show you guys some stuff in the meantime, just so that we didn't forget about you. And I decided to go out to Bravo Bakeshop. I've been wanting to go out there. It's like a newer coffee shop in Ashland, and I was thinking when Paige was going out of town, ooh, that would be a good one to sort of like showcase one when I'm on my organic duties. And so I went out to Bravo Bakeshop. They're a cute little European, like French inspired bake shop in Ashland. As I mentioned, they've got like hot coffee, hot drinks, cold drinks, lots of delicious stuff on their menu that you can sip on. I, of course, true to form, just went with a cold brew, but they've got their like Bravo. I meant to ask this if the cold brew was like the Bravo blend, because that's the thing that seems to be a favorite of customers. But they do have like a Bravo blend in particular that people seem to really love over there. I just don't know if that's what they use for the cold brew, but the cold brew was delicious. So I would recommend that you get over there. It's very cute. It's very cozy. It's very bright and green, and like the aesthetic is wonderful. And then, of course, I know we're talking drinks, but I have to shout out like the eats that we got too. Like it's a pastry situation. So
did you get a bunch? You got a variety?
as I said on Instagram when I was like sharing that it was for research, like I had to like pick up a few things. She doesn't do pie every day, but because it was pie day when I went in, she had a few selections for that. So we got this French silk pie that was amazing. She does do things like her Bravo buns every day, which are very good. They're like these croissanty, like cinnamony bun type of things. She had a pain au chocolat. Truly excuse my French. So lots of delicious like pastry type things that you can go in there. She's also got like savory stuff like sandwiches and like quiches that are very popular. So it's like a whole good mix of stuff, and it's just very cute. Highly recommend.
Cute. I love. And you said it's in Ashland, right?
It was a bit of a drive. I'm out in the Glen Allen area, and it was still about like 15 minutes from me. So it was a little bit farther out than I was expecting, because Ashland to me just seems like it would be right next door. And I guess in parts it is. But yes, Ashland. And on my way there were so many little things where I was like, ooh, we should check out what that place is. There was some like Western store I saw on like Brook Road that looked like very cute. And I was thinking like, I need to go out there and see what that is.
I just love Ashland. I'm a big fan of the caboose. It's been a minute since I've been there. Honestly, Holly and I need to get out there.
I was getting excited because isn't their annual train day is like around this time of year too, isn't it?
I have it on our calendar.
Okay, cute.
Sure.
Get out there, get out to Ashland.
And then for C, of course, it's Richmond in Bloom. I mean, we're not quite to peak, but it definitely has started. Some spots around the city where it's really starting to show off is Bird Park. The trees are currently in bloom, and it's the perfect place for a long walk. I did 5 miles from Scott's Addition to Bird Park around Fountain Lake, but it's beautiful, so highly recommend that. Another must visit is Agecroft Hall and Garden, where they have more than 5,000 tulips. It's looking like peak week will likely hit around the second week of April, so definitely need to keep that in mind. Over at Lewis Ginter, both tulips and cherry blossoms have started popping, so it's a great time to wander the gardens now. And then finally, Hollywood Cemetery, one of the most scenic spots in the city this time of year. Peak cherry blossom bloom there usually happens between late March and the first few weeks of April, so we're kind of there. You have to make sure you stop by President's Circle. That's where all the cherry blossoms are, and it's just stunning there. So I need to add that to my to-do list in the next couple weeks.
I need to make sure I get out and see the blooms too. I think I did Bird Park last year. There are a couple like the spots you're mentioning where it's like I don't want to miss those. I haven't been to Hollywood Cemetery in such a long time. I feel like maybe I'm due.
Absolutely. You used to go there and just drive around your kiddos.
Oh my gosh, that's like one of my favorite mom tips. If I were closer to the city, I still would do that. If your baby is about to fall asleep and you need like a good scenic drive to continue the car nap, drive through Hollywood Cemetery. It was like my favorite thing to do when I was out in the city. All fabulous recommendations. I'm so excited for the blooms. And then for Dew, to wrap us up, I of course want to remind you that Churchill Irish Festival is happening this coming weekend. But since we delved into that already in our festival episode last week, you have all of the information about that. So another thing that you could get into this weekend, I'm recommending, is kicking country line dancing at River City Roll from 7 to 10 on Saturday. From their description, it says, kick up your boots and join us for a night full of fun country line dancing. Whether you're a first timer or a seasoned dancer, everyone is welcome. There's line dancing instruction and open dance, followed by live music with Bombshell, so you can come dance, hang out, and enjoy the night. I thought it sounded really fun. And this reminded me that I also saw, this was new news to me, but apparently the park does line dancing every Wednesday night too. So if you're in a line dancing mood in the coming days and weeks, you've got 2 options for that, which I feel like is fun for this kind of like springtime, situation we're in where you're just ready to get out of the house.
I also think Scotty's does something like that.
Maybe we need to do a roundup of line dancing spots.
Well, and I know Scotty's like has the bull when there's like line dancing. That might be something people would want.
Where can you get on a bowl? Where can you go line dancing?
Yeah.
You know what? I think like I keep saying it incorrectly. Is it Connex?
It's a Connex box, so it's Connex. I only know that because Holly had to live in one when she was in the Navy.
Wow.
Like, yeah, a lot of times they'll make like their places of those boxes.
Wow. Okay. Interesting. But yeah, they've got a bowl. So maybe a roundup would work. Who knows? But if you're in the mood for it, at least these 2 to 3 places have you covered. So do Churchill Irish Festival at some point, but also maybe get out for some line dancing.
Yeah, for sure.
Have you done line dancing before, Paige?
No.
Me neither. But people seem to love it.
I don't like country music, so I don't really think it would fit me. I'm more of like an EDM girly. Like, hit me a club.
Oh, by the way, wait, that totally reminds me. I don't know if you're a Love is Blind fan, but they dropped Rufus in the reunion, like a name drop of Rufus. And I was like, Paige, you got to watch Love is Blind.
I got all my neighbors hooked on Rufus. So it's fun because when we're places like Mexico, they're like, oh, put on Rufus. And I'm like, God.
Yeah. Fantastic. You have the soundtrack. No problem.
Yeah.
All right. Well, that's all I had to say.
Awesome. And that wraps us up. So thanks for listening, Richmond. And by the way, there's more where that came from. Joining the Richmond experience as a member is the best way to stay in the know about what's going on in RVA.
Not to worry, we refuse to sell your info or bombard you with ads, but we do charge a small annual membership fee of $39 a year to fund our team so we can keep doing this awesome work. Plus, a portion of each annual membership purchase for the Richmond Experience goes to rotating nonprofits each month. That's like $1 per week to get an all-access pass to the best of RVA and lift up local orgs. It's a really, really good deal, friends. And listen, what are friends for anyway? Use code CHATTER to get $10 off your first year subscription.
Give us a follow on Instagram, TikTok, and Facebook at The Richmond Experience, and on Instagram at The Chatter and RVA too. And if you enjoyed this episode, send it to your buds and rate, review, and subscribe.
And if you want to keep up with each of us, you can find me at Kelsey Heinz's Typing on Instagram.
And me, Sips and Trips with Paige on Instagram.
Chat with you next week, RVA.